Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing pretty good, thank you. So, in this video clip, we are going to continue with numbers to 20, but we're going to look into making number bonds. You do remember a little bit about number bonds from previous units, right? So let's start over here, alright? So now we have two parts. This is one part and this is the other part. So we have 10 cubes here, down to 2 cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have another 10 cubes here, yellow cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, part 1, 10 blue cubes. Part 2, 10 yellow cubes. Alright? And then we have the whole, which is this and this together. 20 cubes. All together, 20 cubes. The whole is 20 cubes. 10 blue cubes and 10 yellow cubes. So this is for visualization. I'm using cubes, color cubes. But if you just use numbers, you write it like this. Part 1, 10. Part 2, 10. The whole 20. And I am now speaking up a little bit because it has just started to rain outside. Okay. Anyway, now we look here. I've done A, B, and C, some examples. So A, what makes 11? 10 and 1 makes 11. Part 1, 10, part 2, 1. And they make the whole 11. Okay, so basically 10 plus 1 equals 11. Okay, now I want you to do, let's do an example. Other numbers that makes 11, that makes the whole 11. It can be any numbers that make the total 11. So let's take part 1, 5 and part 2, 6. That also makes 11. 5 plus 6 equals 11. So part 1, 5, part 2, 6 equals 11. The whole is 11. Okay? Now we go down to B. Here we have part 1, 10, part 2, 5, and the whole is 15. So 10 plus 5 equals 15. Part 1, 10, part 2, 5, and then the whole becomes 15. Okay? But another example of 15, the whole is 15, is part 1, 12, part 2, 3. 12 plus 3 equals 15 as well. And now lastly, let's give another example of numbers that make 15. So let's take 9. 9 and what do we have to write? What number do we have to write in part 2 in order to make 15? Yes, 6. Good. So 9 part 1, 6 part 2, whole is 15. Alright? Good. Now C, the whole is 18. So part 1 is 10, part 2 is 8, and the whole becomes 18. Now another example, the whole is still 18. Part 1, 14, part 2, 4. 14 plus 4 equals 18. And let's do one more where we have to come up with the numbers. The whole is 18. So what number should we use? How about 9 and 9? 9 and 9. Part 1, 9, part 2, 9. The whole 18. Because 9 plus 9 equals 18. Okay? Good. I hope you understand. We have all done number bonds before, so this should not be too difficult for you. Alright? Yeah, so that is what I'm going to explain in this video clip. We will do some exercises in the book, and I will just explain briefly what to do. So I will see you on page 154, 155 and 156. There will be 3 pages of homework, but I will briefly explain what to do. Okay? So I will see you in a little bit. Alright?
Okay, hello boys and girls. I know that it is now raining very heavily outside, so I have to speak loud in order for you to hear me. So now I am on page 154. So I will just briefly explain this. So what numbers make 12? So same as I showed you on the board, you have the whole, that is 12. You need to make part 1 and part 2. And there is not one number that you have to use. You can use any number, any 2 numbers that makes 12. So I'm going to use 6 and 6, because 6 plus 6 equals 12. So now this is a correct number bond. Part 1 6, part 2 6, the whole 12. Okay, so please do B, 2AB, and then these A, B, C, D here. And these ones are a little bit different, because now you have the whole, you have one part, but you don't have this part. So how will you find out about this part? Now there's only one number that this can be. So you take the whole minus part 1. So 17 minus 12 equals what? What is that? So if you don't know, then you can count up. You count out 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the answer is 5. 5. Also 12 plus 5 equals 17. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's why you know that 5 is correct. Okay. 12 plus 5 equals 17. Good. So now finish B, C, and D. Then you go to page 155, and it is just the same. You either fill in the whole or you fill in one part. Okay. Now 156, that is a little bit different, so I will explain this a little bit more. So number 2, pair up numbers on the right that make each number on the left. So you need to make these numbers. Think of these as the whole and these numbers as part 1 and 2. You can use these numbers more than once. So for example, 12, what 2 numbers make 12? Look on the right. So 12, you can use 6 and what? 6 and 6. No, there's only one 6. So you cannot use 6. So you have to use other numbers. What makes 12? How about 8 plus 4? Yes. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is correct. So 8 and 4. 8 and 4. But you can use other numbers. Are there any other numbers you can use? Any other ones? No. No other numbers out of these numbers. But how about 13? 13. And as I said, you can use these numbers more than once. So part 1, part 2, the whole. Okay? So please do that. And then exercise 3 here. That is pretty much the same. you have the whole, and then part 1 and part 2. So what numbers, part 1 and part 2, makes 19 out of these numbers here? Okay? So for example, 19 plus equals 19. 0. 19 plus 0 equals 19. Okay? And then two other numbers. 19, two other numbers. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, so I think you can only use each number once, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 numbers, and you only need to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You only need to use 12 numbers. So I think you should only need to use them once. But you will find out. If you cannot make it work, then use them twice. Okay? Good job. So take care, and I will see you in the next clip. Bye bye. Now for the parents, for your mom and dad, so please go give them the phone and your math book. Alright? Okay, hello parents. So as you can see, I have not filled in all the answers on this first page, because when you have the whole, the green circle, when you have the whole, then there are different numbers you can use when you need to put in the part 1 and the part 2 numbers. So that's why I didn't put any numbers at all. You just count and add up whatever your children writes in part 1 and part 2, so that those part 1 plus part 2 equals 12 or 16 or 17, or sorry, 13 or 15. Alright? It's only when there is either the whole missing or one part, that's when there can only be one number that's correct. Okay? So next page. Here we have a lot more equations, number bonds, that can only be one answer. So I have filled in, if it can only be one answer, I have filled that answer in. So A 13, B 15, C 15, D 20, E 7, part 2 7, F part 2 3, G part 2 13, H part 1 14, I part 1 12, and J part 2 6. Okay, now this is a little bit more complicated. I hope you can see all the lines I drew. So, well, please check your children's exercise when they do it. And then exercise number 3, pair up the given numbers to make 19. You can only use the number one time, and that is enough. Alright, so alright, good. So that's all for this video clip. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.